Greetings, everyone. This is part 2 of the garden tour, and today is July the 19th, 2023. How the plants are doing that were on sale that I bought, they're doing pretty good. Some of my tomatoes, they're all growing so tall, and they're really producing. The flowers that I planted, they've gotten big. They're starting to show up and show out. There's some of my Snow White tomatoes, that's what it's called. And as you can see, we have tomatoes everywhere in this little area. Blooms everywhere. I had to come and stake some of this stuff. I did this yesterday. Put this in here and pull some of them up because they were just kind of laying around everywhere. Here's another okra. These okra are really producing. Some watermelon I have here. The pepper's doing really well. Wood chips that I'm going to put in the top of some of my plants. The okra is just the gift that keeps on giving this year. It is doing so well. Tomatoes. The bigger corn. Look how big that ear is. Look at that one. Some peppers here. These are some Big Bertha. See, they're coming along pretty good, aren't they? And there's some more down there. I'll show them to you in a minute. I also have sweet potatoes growing from out of here as well. Here's a volunteer tomato plant. I am definitely going to let it grow. And here's under the area where I put my melons. They're all growing pretty tall. Look at the tomatoes back there. Check that out. That's just one cluster. Check this out. This plant right here, I came out and all the leaves were just droopy and looking sad, so I cut most of them off. They were all looking like that little leaf right there. This one right here. That's how they all look. But look at how the plant's producing. I have little ones here. And there. And there. The okra again. Here's some of my tomatillos out here. The okra. The okra. Tomatillas. I had to pull all the grapes because the birds had a field day with them. But I'm happy to feed them as well. Some more okra. I succession planted my okra, so I'm gonna have plenty of it. I succession planted my peppers too, but you can look and see that even the smaller peppers plants that I planted second are really producing. Look, here's another Big Bertha. Look at all the tomatoes in there that is turning colors. More okra, more okra, more red tomatoes, more okra, more red tomatoes, the jalapenos. So as you can see, I have a lot to harvest today. Look at this one. Look like something might have gotten into that one. I'll take it for the seeds. I'll snail. But anyhow, you can see what it looked like before it started eating on it. And look, the culprit is still around. Look at that. So, I'll knock him off. And just look at that. And everything's still doing so well. The okra is just off the chain. Y'all, that is my sunflower right there. I have several on the front. That's the roof of the house. That's the sunflower. Here's some tomatoes I have right here. Started falling over. So I put the trellis up here to catch the top of it. Here's another pepper here, Big Bertha. Really producing. Here's another Big Bertha. Check these out. See? Look at there. And they're all over the place under there. Some more tomatoes. And look at the banana peppers. They're everywhere. I mean, this garden is producing absolutely wonderfully this year. Last year, I didn't even get cucumbers. But when you lose, you figure out how to win next time, and that's what I did. More flowers. I figured out how to win, and I just did a lot of things differently. Here's some of my squash. Look at my little bee friend still down in there. Beautiful. So I have a bee family or something down here. They've been doing an excellent job of pollinating everything. I have some new ones down there growing in. And the peppers are just doing great. Everything's doing great. Check out. Now, in the last video I did, this was, I don't know, maybe 2 inches across, maybe 3 inches across. Look how big it is now. It's huge, massive. And look at the other ones. Look how tall that one is right there. It just produced a head. Now, you see it compared to the roof of the house. I have no idea how tall that is, but to me, that looks like that's a good, I don't know, 10 to 12 feet. That's a Russian mammoth sunflower, or mammoth Russian sunflower, Dollar Tree seeds. Yeah. These tomatoes here, they're producing, and I got just blooms everywhere. And even though it's getting hot, it's not really damaging the plants so much. See, here's what the leaves of the other plant look like before I trimmed it, so I'm gonna have to trim that one up too. But as you can see, we're getting tomatoes everywhere. And I'm gonna have to come and clean these up. More okra. See how big the okra done got? I wasn't intended for it to get that big. But when you pull them off fresh, they're still pretty tender. Got a few tomatoes leaning over. So as you can see, I still have some work to come out here and do. So I don't know how much longer my squash are gonna last. So I'm gonna eventually pull these on out and put some more in. And here's what everything looks like from this side. Look at the stalk on that. Just huge. Just huge. So everything's looking well, everything's looking good. And as you can see, I have a lot to harvest. I have a lot to harvest. And I'm gonna have a lot to harvest to come. The ants are out here just making friendly with everything. Those banana peppers are just, wow. So everything's doing good. So thank everyone for visiting, looking at my tour for July the 19th, 2023.